All right, let's dive into one of the absolute biggest moments in the entire story of Rose and Lupinia. We're talking about the double confession from weeks 7 and 8. Seriously, everything that's been building up, all the secrets, the love, this magical choice, it all comes to a head right here. Let's break down exactly how it all goes down.
So I want you to think about this question because it's really at the core of everything. What happens when your deepest, most world-shattering secret collides with theirs? You finally found your person, but you're both hiding something that could just break everything. What do you even do? Well, that's the exact spot Rose and Lou find themselves in.
Okay, so to really get the weight of this, you gotta understand the setup. Rose and Lou are finally officially a couple. They've had their first kiss, they've moved into this cozy little cottage together. On the surface, it's perfect. But the whole thing is built on a foundation of sand, because each of them is hiding a secret that's tied to the very core of who they are.
And these aren't small secrets, you know? The scale here is just wild. On one side, you've got Rose. And it's not just that she's a writer with a great imagination. Nope. She has a literal village of living, breathing people inside her mind who see what she sees. Then you have Lou. Not only is she a werewolf, but she also used to secretly follow Rose through the woods, like stalk her. Each secret on its own is a powder keg, and now they're sitting on two of them.
And, well, that spark finally hits. It happens when they start their journey to Wildwood. Just the pressure of being so close, of trying to build this real future while hiding these massive parts of themselves, it just becomes too much. And it all spills out in one huge, messy, explosive moment right there on the road.
Rose is the one who cracks first. She just lays it all out there. And can you imagine how vulnerable that must feel? To admit something so bizarre, something you're sure makes you sound completely insane, especially to the person you're falling for. Hey, by the way, a few hundred people are watching you through my eyes right now.
Wow. Before Rose can even begin to wrap her head around that, Lou drops this bombshell. And it's a 1-2 punch that is just staggering. First, I'm a literal monster. And then, oh, and also I was your secret stalker. It completely changes the entire story of how they met.
And the aftermath? Just silence. Dead silence on the road. You can just feel the air go out of the world. Both of them are completely reeling, trying to fit this impossible new information together with the person they know and love. The panic is starting to creep in for both of them. For Rose, that panic gets a voice. And it's not just any voice, it's Juliet, her main character, putting the absolute worst spin on Lou's confession. This isn't just some random doubt. It's coming from inside her own head, from a part of herself that she trusts. And at the exact same time, Lou is spiraling with the same fear. She's picturing this whole village inside Rose's head, all of them pointing fingers, calling her a predator. Her fear isn't just that Rose will reject her, but that hundreds of invisible people will reject her too. So with their relationship just hanging on by a thread, they get to Wildwood and walk right into this completely unexpected test. They find a place called Mad Maggie's Magical Bakery, and inside they're offered what looks like a solution, but it's actually a terrible magical choice. Right. So the baker, Lily, offers them these things called erase biscuits. Sounds simple enough. You take a bite and your problem, the village in your head, the wolf inside, is just gone forever. But there's a catch, of course, and it is a huge one. If you erase the problem, you also erase a fundamental piece of yourself along with it. And this just sets up the whole climax right here. The problem isn't just about their secrets anymore. It's about their identities. That night, at the end, they have to face the ultimate question. Do we try to change ourselves into something we think the other person wants? Or do we find a way to accept each other, completely, flaws and all? This is the impossible trade-off they're staring at. If Rose takes the cure, sure, the village is gone, but so is the source of her creativity, her entire vibrant personality. And if Lou takes it, she's no longer a werewolf, but she also loses the strength she's used to protect Rose, the raw power she channels into her music. Taking away the flaw means taking away a piece of what makes them, well, them. And this is the moment everything turns. Lupinia makes her choice, she throws her biscuit away, but more than that, she begs Rose not to change either. She tells her flat out that she fell in love with the whole person, including the woman with a village in her head. It is just this incredible act of total acceptance. That total acceptance, it opens the floodgates. For the first time, it's not just about secrets, it's about love. They finally say it out loud, and in doing so, they're cementing their decision.
They're choosing to face their weird, complicated, beautiful lives together. And just like that, their entire relationship is rebuilt. It's not on a foundation of sand and secrets anymore. Now, it's built on total honesty, mutual acceptance, and this deep, unconditional love. They've chosen each other, not in spite of all their weirdness, but maybe, just maybe, because of it. So, it seems like the crisis is over, right? The relationship is solid. The next day, Rose heads off to see the wizard Brightspark about publishing her book, thinking, okay, the drama's done. Oh, she could not be more wrong. When Rose tries to explain her situation, her condition, the wizard just stops her cold. He looks at her and says, she's not just an author, and she's certainly not mad. She is a bibliomancer. And with that one word, her entire life gets reframed. What she thought was a flaw, a secret shame, turns out to be a known, named, and incredibly powerful type of magic. And that's where we're left. Rose went from thinking she was crazy to being loved for who she is, to discovering she actually has this rare magical gift. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does it truly mean to create a world that is actually literally alive? What if the things we imagine are far more real than we think?